Right, welcome back. And we can talk to as many players as we want and many people, but there is always the real brain behind the operation. We always call it the man with the plan, the action man, and I've been joined by none other than the coach of the South African women's team, Coach Hilton. Hello, Coach. How are you? Good afternoon.
I'm good, thanks, Metiko.
Thank you very much for joining us. Now, you yourself, being a wicketkeeper batsman, have seen so much action on the field.
Yes.
So I'm always tempted to ask any coach, how is the transformation from a player to a coach, first of all? How difficult is that, and how is that transformation?
It's a very difficult transformation, and we always advise players, when they stop, you need to take a step back, maybe give yourself a year or two, just to get over the retirement when you stop playing, and then start somewhere where you first learn to understand yourself as a coach before you can aspire to become one of the best coaches in the world or in the country or wherever you want to be, because there's a lot of learnings that you need to go through, and you experience a lot in understanding about the game as you go along, because it's different from a change room than what you know.
But as a wicketkeeper, you're already so involved with the game that you have an added advantage that you can keep an eye on everything that is going around.
No, for sure. And that, I think that helps a lot, because even when you transfer the knowledge, it becomes easier to do it, because at the end of the day, it's about the players, not you, once you stop playing.
But Coach, let's talk about this unit that you're involved with right now, the South African women's team. And we understand, I think anybody talking around the world would always first of all talk about so many senior players retiring at this moment. So what's it like in the dressing room when you've got a bunch of youngsters now and a bunch of people who automatically become the senior lot because so many people are going? So as a coach, how do you deal with all of this?
No, the transition, we always anticipated it's going to happen because of all the leagues that's played around the world now. Players need to look after themselves at the end of the day. I mean, they've served the country so well. We can only celebrate their successes, and the youngsters that are currently finding themselves now as senior players had the opportunity of 3 to 4 years to be in the same change room with these players. Now it's time for them to step up. I think for us, it's just to make sure that we balance that expectation from the players, and also to understand they've got a job to do, because there's other youngsters coming in now that's looking up to them. 3 years ago when they came in, 3-4 years ago when they came in, they were still youngsters, they were learning. So now it's for them now to show the youngsters what it's all about.
Coach, you have the experience, and you can talk more the talk when it comes to cricket than me, but we're seeing a major evolution where the amount of T20 cricket being played is dominating right now. So at this moment, how do we stick to the basics and tell our youngsters, and especially the team, that for any format of cricket, basics would still be the same?
Irrespective where you go, whether it's red ball, T20, 50 over, club cricket even, basics stay the same, they never change. So we always encourage youngsters and to emphasize on understanding that, because the quicker they understand the game, it's easy to now start learning the other parts of the game, how to become improvise and how to initiate certain things. But if the basics are not in place, you can't keep going back to anything else, because it's a good point of reference for you as a cricketer, and it's a good sound base for you to be able to move forward.
But there's a new terminology in the world now, it's called the power hitting coach.
Oh, yes.
So how important is that to incorporate that in your training manual as well?
No, with each and every cricketer that comes through now, it's one of the sessions that they have to go through, because you need to show what you can do, because at any given opportunity in a game, especially in the short format, you're going to be needed to score better than a runner ball. So if you don't have the ability, it becomes difficult to be picked in the team, because others can do it, they're going to get a notch ahead of you. So it's something that you can't lag behind. Like I said, again, it boils down from if the basics are in place, those kind of things will fall into place.
But everything going on, I think along with a good balanced cover drive or a pull shot, now you also got to teach the scoop or the Joe Root scoop towards third man for a six. So it's getting interesting day by day. Now, Coach, the preparation so far for this Pakistan series and your time in Pakistan so far, what would you like to say?
It's been brilliant. The people have been good, facilities. I mean, we can't complain. I think it's a tour we always look forward to. I think it's not something that I thought in my career it will happen, but I'm just so glad it did. And it came at a time where we still have a young squad, and you can come to Pakistan. As in, there's some Pakistani players in their change room haven't played on home soil. I think you can only think for yourself. I mean, you represented your country so long, but you haven't had a home game. I think to be part of something so historic for me, I think it takes everything that you work for, and I'm just glad I could be in Pakistan. I think the preparation is we'll be happy with that so far. We've got one more day to go for the first game tomorrow, and players are looking forward to get onto the park. I mean, hospitality, everything else has been brilliant.
And the conditions, the weather, you got to adjust to everything. So you must have a big book of rules that you'll be ticking right now, and we understand. But are you giving these girls a tough time, or is it all simple right now?
No, they're well traveled. I mean, most of them have been traveling around. I think it's all of us about 2 players who've been to Pakistan. So the first 2 days we struggled a bit with the weather because it did take a huge adjustment because we come from a winter period where we come from and coming into at the back end of your summer. So for us it's going to be key tomorrow because like I said, the basics will be key tomorrow in tomorrow's game. But overall I think everyone is looking forward to play against Pakistan on home soil. It's a team that we know well. We've been playing against each other so many times. When we couldn't come here, they were prepared to come there and be able to help us where we are now. So I think it's an opportunity for us to say thanks to Pakistan also for all the years, and to be able to play in Pakistan, what a blessing.
Well, Coach Hilton, thank you very much for taking out time for us and speaking to us. All the very best, but one thing is for sure that including all of them, especially you're already superstars over here. So everybody's loving the South African team. But thank you very much for joining us.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for hosting us.
Thank you very much. That is Coach Hilton. You heard from him as well. Because the fact is, like I said, there is always a man of action, the man with the plan. And Coach Hilton is certainly somebody who's giving all the insight into the game of, all the tricks and stuff, how to beat the opposition. He's coming up with all of that plan.